As some of you may know, I recently posted my top 10 best mobile games of 2023 video, and if you missed it, I highly suggest you go watch it. The link to it will be in the description down below, but because of the 2023 limits, I did not include games that were released in different years, or if they were exclusively available through subscription services. And that's why I wanted to follow up with some of my favorite games I played this year that include those criteria. So don't forget to leave a like, pop a sub, and comment down below some of your favorite games, and let's get right into it. I finally gave Dismantle a solid go this year, and I'm so glad I did. I always saw so much positive reception for this, but it performed really bad on my old iPad, and so I kind of dropped it. But it does has full controller support, and it's continually received updates as well as DLC. And this is a zombie survival crafting game that really performs well on touchscreen as well as controller, and it's so fun. It's a game where you will easily lose your time to. Time just melts away and you get super involved. It's very hard to describe, but it's very, very fun. So if you're like me and you picked it up and it didn't really click initially, pick it up again. You might be surprised. Next, I really loved Bloodline: The Last Vampire. Now, this may seem really out of left field, but I loved a game back in the day called Brave Frontier. It was an RPG with team building synergies, and it was a gacha game, but it respected your time and it respected your wallet, and I loved it. But it got discontinued, and I had an itch this year to play that game, and I saw that it got discontinued, and I heard this game was as close as it gets to playing Brave Frontier nowadays, and man, is that accurate. This game is basically straight up a ripoff of Brave Frontier, and I'm not mad at it. There's new characters and stuff, but the entire gameplay loop is exactly the same, and man, has it sucked me in. It doesn't feel like a chore. You just pick it up, you play it, it's fun. This is a newer release, but I love Puzzle and Dragons Story. This released very recently, and it's exactly what I wanted out of it. If you've ever played Puzzle and Dragons, the original game, that's a gacha game, it has a very fun battle system where you can maneuver around a singular piece, and while you're maneuvering it around, it'll also move the pieces on the board with it. And you have a limited time to do so in order to create matches, and the more matches you make, and the more in one match, then the more damage your creatures will do. And it is so satisfying to just play this game and not worry about in-app purchases like in the original game. This is an Apple Arcade game, so just keep that in mind, but I think this is worth the subscription alone for 1 month at least. My favorite roguelike deck builder from 2023 is Conjury. I really appreciated its pixel art, its in portrait orientation, and it kind of changes up a few mechanics that we've come to know and love in the roguelike deck building genre to set itself apart from the numerous other games in this genre. Now, one of the main differences that I did appreciate is that there's actually equipment that you can equip to your character with limited uses, as well as the mana system, which you can utilize to use cards as well as draw cards. So you're not just going to automatically draw cards each and every turn, and you need to strategize how to use that mana throughout every single playthrough, which I really enjoyed. So if you like roguelike deck building games, as you guys know I do, then check it out. I got sucked into Bulletechko once again this year with my coworkers. I love playing this game with a group of friends. It's fun. It's kind of a battle royale game, but it's a stealth battle royale game where everything you do is methodical instead of just running and gunning like most battle royale games on mobile. And it really does feel very different because of that. You need to be strategic, you need to be slow, you need to think things through, and you need to work as a team. And if you're playing with friends, this is an absolute blast, and it is pretty generous to free-to-play players too. However, it's important to note that it is pay to win at the end of the day. When you reach the higher ranks, which will take you a lot of time, you might get slammed. But it is so fun on the way there. Brotato has slowly become my favorite reverse bullet hell game, and I did not see that coming. Initially, I really did enjoy it, but I didn't really enjoy it as much as other games in this genre, but now I do. I feel like the pacing of it is perfect. I love the numerous items and builds and how different each run can be, and I feel like runs are the perfect amount of time. This is the epitome of a game that you can pick up and play for a couple minutes at a time and feel like you had fun and you want to come back for more in the future. So if you like reverse bullet hell games, I truly believe at the end of the day that Brotato is the best one, even over Vampire Survivors. I know that may be a hot take, but I'm standing by it. I came back to 1-Bit Survivor multiple times throughout this year, and I love its animations, its pixel art is immaculate, and I love the simplicity of its goal, which is to gain a gas canister so that you can drive your car to the next level and survive 100 days. But you have to conserve your ammo and weaponry, and you need to maneuver through the environment in a puzzle-like format. And this really works your brain, and it's tough as nails, but it is so satisfying to survive one more day and top your previous run and see if you can survive even longer. And it's free, and I feel like there's no reason that you shouldn't try this game out, especially for its visuals. I hope more developers utilize kind of a unique visual style like this. Dawncaster still has its claws in me, and it has ever since it released. This is a deck builder that really shows up other deck builders when it comes to updates as well as DLC. This game has continuously, every couple months, releasing new updates full of cards that are free, as well as DLC that you can purchase that add even further content into this game. It is so expansive now, and the amount of bang for your buck is astounding. It feels like a living, breathing roguelike deck builder game, and I truly believe it's the best on mobile, right up there with Slay the Spire. So you guys need to give it a go. It is by far worth the price tag. That's all I have to say about it. TMNT Splintered Fate really surprised me this year on Apple Arcade. It is made by Super Evil Megacorp, which also made my favorite game of all time on mobile, which is Vainglory. So I had high expectations, and I think they delivered. They really utilized the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle license very well, and fans of that franchise will immediately feel at home here. And the game is a solid roguelike action game. And I really truly think it's the best one available on Apple Arcade to date. So if you're not even a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, but you want to scratch a Hades-like itch, this might do it for you, and it has up to 4-player co-op and controller support. They really covered all their bases here, and I think it is worth a month of Apple Arcade alone. I also returned back to LEGO Star Wars Battles. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars to the point where I even have a tattoo of Star Wars. Let's not talk about the most recent movies and Disney overall. But I really love Clash Royale too, and this is Clash Royale with a LEGO Star Wars skin, except there is some more unique win conditions as well as a hero element thrown into the mix, and there's no monetization practices in this game since it's exclusively available through Apple Arcade. And it is so fun to just hop back into this game, unlock some new units, strengthen some old ones, and develop new strategies against opponents. It's so fun. I don't know. It really, really draws me in every couple months, and I think it can with you too. Alright guys, those were another 10 games that I really enjoyed during 2023, even though they may have released in other years or they were exclusively available through subscription services. Don't forget to share some of your games that may meet these criteria in the comment section down below, and don't forget to leave a like and pop a sub. It really helps me out. You have no idea. I love you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe, and take it easy.